Welcome back to Flying Tiles Academy. Have you ever watched people play Mahjong and wondered about the tiles? Notice the hands that they are making, and when they yell Mahjong, like how do they know they have Mahjong? Well, let's start from the very beginning, and then by the end of this video, you'll be able to identify the tiles like a pro. So let's get into it. So we have a total in American Mah Jongg 152 tiles. And it begins with 3 different suits of tiles, kind of like cards, like poker, they have suits. We just have 3 different suits. So the first suit we have here is the dots. And the second suit we have is the bams. And the third suit we have are the cracks. So the dots are circles, or they're also represent ancient Chinese coins, the round. Then we have bams, and those are known as bamboos. They look like bamboo sticks. And if you notice up here, there's usually a bird for the 1 bam. These are called 1 bam, 2 bam, 3 bam. So these are usually a bird. This one is a pheasant. They'll have different things like owls, parakeets, peacocks, sparrows. Sparrows are a big one because Mahjong means little sparrow. So oftentimes the earlier sets, you'll see a lot of sparrows. You'll see cranes. So those are the bams. And then we have the cracks here, which means characters. And if you notice the red here, these are characters. So we have the dots, the bams, and the characters. And there's a total in each suit of 36 tiles. You have 4 of each number, and it goes from 1 to 9. So 36, 36, 36. And that's it. And if you'll notice, like there'll be corresponding 4 dots. There's corresponding 9 dots. Same with the bams, 6 bams, 4 bams. Same with the characters. That one blue line represents 1, 2, 3. And then we start getting into the Chinese character for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I think what's interesting is for the 9, you can identify it. You have the 8 plus the 1. So you have the 1 plus the 8 equals 9. So the 9 character is the 8 with the little dot across. And I'll probably go into that further, identifying the tiles. We know that this is a set for Western Mahjong or American Mah Jongg because they have the Arabic numbers on there. Sets that are for the Asian market, they don't have the numbers on here. So that's one way you can tell the difference. So we have our suited tiles, and then next let's move to our dragons. So we have, this is called a white dragon or soap. These are called the green dragons, and these are called the red dragons. So the dragons correspond with a suit. The dragons are not considered to be suited tiles. So for the soaps or the white dragons, if you'll notice, most dragons, the soap dragons, have an outline, and they look like a bar of soap. Here's another, this is another soap this is from a Mahjong Maven set. And so that's another example of a soap. And they go with the dots, and it can be fairly obvious. It looks kind of like a square dot. I don't know if there's such thing. The soaps go with the dots. And then the green dragons go with the bamboos. And that's easy to remember because bamboos are green in the green dragon. And it's another dragon. This is also from Mahjong Maven set. And they can look like that. And then we have the red dragons, which go with the cracks. And the way you can remember that is cracks. I think of firecrackers, red, bright, fiery, and same with the red dragons. And this is a red dragon, another red dragon from the Mahjong Maven set. Now these symbols for the red dragons, so these symbols mean the red dragon symbol is the character for center. And this is the character for prosperity. And this, generally, these can be plain tiles too. There may be just nothing on them, just maybe a blank tile. And those often represent purity. So these symbols do mean something. So you'll see different types of dragons. Obviously, you have that here because you have actual dragons here. The earlier sets are going to look more like that for your dragon. So that's it for the dragons. And then we're going to move up one slot and we're going to look at the winds. These are called the wind tiles. So you have the east wind, you have south, the south wind, west, the west wind, north, the north wind. And so one way to remember that is eat soup with nuts. And the reason why I like that too is it helps you identify where you sit. So you have eat. Let's see, let me put down. Okay, so we have eat soup with nuts. This also represents the position of the players at the table. So we have east here. South will be to the right of east. West will always be across from east. And then north will be to the left of east. So eat soup with nuts. And that's from the Mahjong, the way the Asian Mahjong games are played. Now, with American Mah Jongg, our acronym is usually NEWS, N-E-W-S. And so in the National Mahjong League card, you'll see news hands. So this is what you'll see in American Mah Jongg. Okay, now we're coming into the flowers. These are your flower tiles, and you have a total of 8 flower tiles. And oftentimes people will buy sets because of how beautiful the flower tiles are. And it can get confusing because there's so many different scenes on flower tiles. There should be 8 flower tiles in your set, and I'll go further into the different types of flowers and meanings. It's really interesting. Sometimes they'll tell a story, like a story of leisure or maybe a wartime story. So these are our season tiles, and this one's a botanical series. And so this one is a pine tree, and this one is a cypress tree, and this one is a phoenix tree, and this number 4, this is a willow tree. And so that's what's depicted here. And then down here we have, this is called the 4 gentlemen, the 4 noble plants. These are also seasons. This one is plum blossom. This one is orchid. This one is chrysanthemum. And this one is bamboo. So these are a total of 8 flower tiles. All flowers are interchangeable. When it calls for a flower, you can choose any one of these, and it doesn't have to pair. 1 and 1 do not have to pair. If you need 2 flowers, you can go 1 and 4, or you can go 2 and 4 and 3, whatever it's called for. So you can do the pung with any 3 flowers. You can do your pair with any 3 flowers. So you can mix and match. And like I said, some sets will show maidens, trees, and with American Mah Jongg sets, the more whimsical sets, they get really cute and really pretty. It's very cool to see all the different artistic symbolisms and expression of the flowers. Okay, let's talk about the most powerful tile in American Mah Jongg, the jokers. There are 8 jokers in every set. The jokers are wild. They can go with any pung, any kong, or any quint. You cannot use a joker in a pair, and you cannot use a joker in with singles. And what I mean by that, if you have, let's see. So let's say the hand asks you to make news. When there's single tiles like this is a big no-no. You cannot do that because these are considered single tiles. So doing this, no, you will be penalized for that. So that's the tour of the tiles. If you have any questions or any observations, put them in the comments below, and I will definitely be responding. And so I will be looking forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.